arms, feet, legs, elbows, fingers, toes inside the truck and supervise your children. If you brought any personal items with you here today, hold on tightly to all those personal items. We're starting our journey here in the Little Etruria Forest. Now, a lot of these animals in the forest have developed a natural camouflage. Makes it easier to hide from predators. But not so hidden over here on the right. You're going to see a dark brown colored animal with some stripes on their legs over there on the right. That's an okapi. The okapi is the only known relative of the giraffe. A lot of people think zebra because they're stripes, but they actually don't have any relations to zebras. The stripes are just purely coincidence. The okapi wasn't discovered by the Western world until 1901. It's over 100 years we've known about this okapi. Now we're going to head down here to this water and we'll see what we can find over here. Yeah, there's a rhino that disappeared behind those rocks over there. Alright, well, that's a sad day. The rhino disappeared. Alright, if you look over there to the left and the way back, those dark kind of brown colored antelope there, those are bongos. Bongos are also known as ghosts of the forest because they're rarely seen. They're usually in hiding or shy and reclusive. Both male and female bongos do have horns though. Alright, we're going to head over to the Safi River. Now the Safi River is usually a great hangout spot for some Nile crocodiles. Might even see a Nile hippopotamus or two. So let's see what we can find over at the Safi River. Ooh, I see a hippopotamus up ahead there on the land. It's going to be up ahead on your right. Just a moment here. A fully grown hippopotamus can weigh nearly 5,500 pounds. When baby hippos are born, they're about 85 pounds. See it right there on the right. Now hippos can stay submerged underwater for about 8 minutes before coming up for air. They're known as some of the most aggressive and dangerous animals in Africa. They're very territorial. Now over here to the left, hanging out in the water here, you'll see some grayish white colored birds. Those are the pink-backed pelicans. The pink-backed pelicans get their name because during mating season, they'll develop pink feathers on their back. They'll have a wingspan up to 8 feet when they're fully grown. I see some Nile crocodiles up ahead here on the left. Now crocodiles have enough strength in their jaws to crush the bones of their prey. And from the tip of their nose to the tip of their tail, they'll be anywhere from 16 to 20 feet long. They can weigh up to about 500 pounds. Alright, let's get away from those crocodiles. We're going to head over to a different part of Harambe's Wildlife Reserve, a completely different ecosystem. We're going to go to the savannah. Now the savannah is usually a great spot to see some popular animals, such as giraffes, elephants, rhinos, lions, cheetahs, and zebras. Let's see if we can find any of them over there in the savannah. Now just up ahead here on your right, you're going to see a weird looking tree over there on the right side. That's a baobab tree, also known as an upside down tree, because if you look at its branches, they kind of look like roots. Baobab trees will remain leafless about 9 months out of the year. They can live to be about 2,000 years old. Alright folks, now this is one of my favorite views of the Serengeti grasslands here on the savannah, this overlook. Now these grasslands can stretch for thousands of miles all throughout Africa, home to a lot of different animals living together in this unique ecosystem. Let's see which ones we can find. Now, when a lot of people think of Africa, they think of grasslands like this, but Africa is home to many different ecosystems with many different animals living in each of them. Now you're going to see some animals with some large horns up there on the right walking around. Those are the uncoaly cattle over there. Both the male and female uncoaly cattle will have those horns. Their horns are hollow inside, but you can think of it as like a honey bee comb structure in there. So they're pretty sturdy as well. Probably get a better view of them as we go around that bend there. If you look over there to the left, just by that bush, there's some African wild dogs walking around. African wild dogs are also known as painted dogs because they're unique markings on their coat. They'll travel in packs up to 15 at a time, and they'll have one alpha male and one alpha female. They'll do the majority of the breeding in the pack. They're known as some of the most successful hunters in Africa. They'll often chase their prey until their prey is worn down from exhaustion. You see a better viewing of the uncoaly cattle there on the right. And over here to your left, those larger antelope. A couple younger ones next to mom there. Those are Patterson's eland on the left. Some of the largest antelope species are the Patterson's. Now the orange colored mounds sticking out of the ground are termite mounds. When those termite mounds are baked in the hot sun all day, they'll become as hard as a rock. Now up here on the left, you'll see those gray colored animals. Those are the white bearded wildebeest. They get their name from the Afrikaans, meaning wild beast. Another name you might know a wildebeest by is gnu, spelled G-N-U. Some people like to pronounce it gnu. It's actually an onomatopoeia for the noise they make. And of course, one of the tallest animals in the world up there on the left, the giraffe. That's a Maasai giraffe. You can tell that because they're jagged, irregular patterns. A fully grown giraffe will be anywhere from 18 to 20 feet tall. When baby giraffes are born, they're about 5 to 6 feet tall. Now giraffes do spend most of their day eating and foraging for food. They have a very high metabolism. But due to a giraffe's high metabolism, they only have to sleep about 30 minutes out of the day. They can do a lot of that sleeping done standing up as well. Over on the right, those smaller antelope you see, kind of tan in color with a dark brown stripe on the side, those are springbok. Now at first glance, you might think the springbok are babies because they're so small, but they're actually fully grown. The springbok don't get any larger than that. They get their name because they can spring up in the air about 6 feet. At a full run, these springbok can spring forward about 13 feet. Got a giraffe up here. Yeah, a baby giraffe up ahead there.
Where's my baby?
Right here.
Oh, where's she? Baby, look at the
Sometimes we'll find some mandrills hanging out on the reserve over here on the left. See if we can find any there. Not seeing any here. I guess they're not here today. Alright, we're going to head over to the red clay pits. Now the red clay pits is usually a great spot to see some elephants on the reserve. So hopefully we'll have some luck and see some of them over there. It looks like the shortcut to the red clay pits is closed. Oh, there's an elephant way back there on the right. Kind of hard to see over there. See if I can go find some more over there. The red clay pits. Maybe a better viewing of an elephant. But first we have to get across this bridge here, which looks a little bit old, kind of rickety. So we're going to go across that poli, which is Swahili for very slow. This bridge sounds how it looks. Not good. So hang in there. Almost. Oh no, guys, lean to the right! Lean to your right! Let's get off that bridge. That was a close one. Alright, it looks like we found the red clay pits here, so we're back on track. It looks like there's some tusk marks in the clay. Usually a good sign that elephants were in the area. Let's see if we can find any. Oh yeah, look over here on the left. There's an elephant right there. Now the elephants, both male and female African elephants, do have those large tusks. Their tusks are made out of ivory, one of the reasons why they're illegally hunted or poached. Just like the rhino elephants don't have any natural predators, as humans are the only threat to them due to poaching and destruction of habitat. I see another couple of them up ahead there. Oh, there's like 4 more up ahead. It's a good sign that these are probably females. The females will stick together in the larger herds with their young, whereas the males prefer to usually be on their own, smaller groups, or sometimes in smaller groups of 1 or 2 other males. Usually on their own. The females will have a matriarch system where the oldest and largest female will be in charge of all the others, kind of like the leader of the group. Couple elephants up there on the left. Now these elephants can eat about 300 pounds of food a day. And a fully grown African elephant can be anywhere from 2.5 tons up to 7 tons. Oh, there's a baby one there. Now you might have seen that elephant throwing dirt on its back like that. That's actually a way they can keep themselves cool by throwing the dirt and mud on their backs and keep them cool throughout the day. Kind of like a natural sunblock for them. Over here on the left, you'll see some of those pink birds. Those are greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are some of the lightest colored flamingos. They get their coloring due to their diet. They eat a lot of brine shrimp, which has beta carotene, giving them those pink feathers. Some more elephants over there. Baby elephant over there. Usually by mud pits like that, you'll see rhinos or elephants hanging out. Rhinos and elephants like to coat themselves in mud. Keeps them cool during the hot days. Not seeing anyone over here. See if we can find any more animals up ahead. Oh, up ahead here on the left, I see a cheetah laying down there by that tree. A couple of them actually. Cheetahs are some of the fastest land animals. They can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour. Now they can only do that for about a quarter of a mile though. Still pretty cool. Cheetah is one of the few big cats that do not have retractable claws. The cheetah's claws are always out and helps them with traction while they're running. There's another cheetah walking around back there on the left. Oh, there's two of them. Right up ahead here is a Kopi rock formation. Now rock formations like this are usually a great hangout spot for larger predators like the lions. Keep a lookout for those lions. Let me know if you see any in the area. Some ostriches over there on the right, and next to the ostrich there is a brown colored animal laying down on the ground. It's a bonty bok with a white patch on their face. And you see the lions up here on the left. See the male lion up here on the left. Now lions do spend about 16 to 20 hours of their day inactive. That includes sleeping or just laying around. Lions tend to be more active at nighttime. See the ostriches again over there on the right, and the bonty bok. Yeah, ostrich eggs over there on the right. Ostrich eggs are some of the largest bird eggs. Each egg will weigh about 3 pounds. Up ahead here we have some zebras and some white rhinos up ahead on the right side. White rhinos are larger than the black rhino. A fully grown white rhino weighs nearly 5,000 pounds. Still can run about 35 miles per hour. And those zebra are actually Grand zebra. If you look at their stripes, they're a little bit wider than most zebras. Grand zebra. Grand zebra have enough strength in their back legs to break the jaw of a lion though. Very powerful back legs. White rhinos also tend to be more social than the black rhino, often sticking together in smaller family groups like that. Whereas the black rhinos usually like to be on their own. Alright, straight ahead of us on top of that hill, going to be up here on your left, are the scimitar horned oryx. The scimitar horned oryx get their name from those horns, shaped like a scimitar. And hanging out by the water over there on the right side, a couple yellow-billed stork. Yellow-billed stork are carnivorous. They will pretty much eat anything that'll fit into their beaks. They're not too picky. Food is food. Now those scimitar horned oryx can go about 9 months out of the year without drinking water, and that's because they don't start sweating until their body temperatures reach about 115 degrees. They're adapted to harsher climates, helps them survive the long droughts in Africa. Alright folks, we're going to start making our way out of the reserve. Hopefully you got to see some of your favorite animals out there today, maybe even some animals you've never seen before. You can always come back and check us out again though, because you never know what you're going to see a second time around. The animals are always coming and going and moving throughout the reserve. Now, if you'd like to know what you can do to help some of these animals, you can actually do that simply by recycling. Something as simple as recycling paper products can help with deforestation, which a lot of animals call their natural home, like the ones in the little Aturi forests. You can also recycle any old electronics you have. A lot of electronics have a substance in them called coltan, which is mined in Africa. When they mine in Africa, it takes away from the natural habitat of rhinos and elephants. Or you can even donate to the Disney's Conservation Fund, or any conservation fund around the world that helps protect wild animals and wild places, like the ones here on Harumbe's Wildlife Reserve. Now, my friends, we're going to be making our final stop up ahead here at a warden's post. I'm going to ask that you please remain fully seated so we make that final stop and the warden opens the doors. Watch your step as you exit, double check your rows, make sure you have everything you brought with you here today, like your hats, cameras, glasses, backpacks, cell phones, keys, small children, anything you brought with you here today, just make sure you have it when you leave. Now we're just going to wait for the warden's post up ahead here to clear out before we head up there.